Welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing a 2019 favorites video. Get ready with me, just simple, using all, simple makeup look using all my favorite products of 2019. Wasn't gonna do that, but it just turned out into that kind of video. So I hope you guys like this video. If you wanna see all my favorites of last year, just keep watching. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram. My username is It's Alejandra Castro. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, just hit everything you can to always stay up to date with me. And yeah, let's just get into the video. Hey guys, so first makeup video of the year, and we're just gonna do a quick little get ready with me, and I'm using pretty much my favorite products of 2019. I know lots of people already did this type of video, and I'm not saying this is exactly my 2019 favorites, but mostly I think I'm gonna be using what I've been loving last year of 2019. So yeah, let's just get started. So my favorite primer for 2019 was the Hourglass Mineral Veil Oil Free Primer. It's just the best primer that I found for my oily skin. It really just kind of helps all my makeup lay nicely and keeps my skin nice and matte. And just really feels good on the skin. Another primer I've really been loving is the Tarte Poreless Primer, and I use that one. If I'm not using the Hourglass one, I use this one all over my face, but if I do use the Hourglass one, I like to put some of this just on my nose and my cheeks where I have large pores, and around my chin a little bit, and a little bit on my forehead. Just like that. So hands down, the best foundation that I have found and that I really, really loved with 2019 is the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover Full Coverage Protective Makeup. It has sunscreen in it and everything. I love this foundation. It's just so nice. It doesn't feel cakey on the skin. It's not super thick, but it gives the most amazing coverage. It matches my skin tone really, really well. So yeah, I love it. And I found it beats out most of my higher end foundations that kind of crease or separate throughout the day. This one really doesn't do that, which is just amazing, especially because this area right here has been really sensitive and dry lately. So my foundation's been really separating and having a little bit of a tough time. So this one just always comes through for me. And I am using the shade 128 Warm Nude. And just to throw this in real quick, my favorite brush of the year, my makeup brush, is the IT Cosmetics dual-ended brush. I don't remember what exactly it's called, but it's IT brush from Ulta. And you can find a whole bunch of these there or on IT Cosmetics. So this is just such a really great brush, and it applies my makeup so nicely. Okay, so now that's on, and really quickly before I move on, I wanted to also say, because I already did my under eye, brighten them up, and that is my favorite way to brighten up all my dark circles and just get rid of any darkness that really makes my eyes look dead, makes me look tired even when I'm not, and that is the BECCA Under Eye Brightening Corrector. I love both shades. The one I like to use a lot is the medium to deep shade because there's only two, and that one really just helps brighten everything up, but at the same time cover it up. So if I just want to put that on and have like a no makeup day, that really, really helps. It looks more natural than the light to medium or fair to light skinned one, which is a lot more bright pink. It's really good at brightening, but this one just kind of helps make everything look a little bit more natural, and I can wear it on its own. Down, my favorite contour product of the year 2019 was the Milk Makeup matte bronzer in the shade Baked. It's been loved and used so much the past year, and I really, really just love it. I love the shade. I love how it blends out, and it just looks really nice and natural, but will still giving me that nice kind of chiseled look. And I always like to apply this one with my Morphe G40 brush, which I don't think they sell anymore, and if they don't, they need to like bring it back because it's such a good brush just to apply contour or even concealer and blend that out, because it's such a good like dense soft brush. Really lays down pigment very well. But yeah, and then I just press it into the skin. I mean, you guys seen me use all these products a lot, and this is probably not going to be a new makeup look that I've done for you guys, but they're my favorites, and I'm kind of just listing them all. I know I probably should have done it in 2019, but it's barely, 2020, so I think I can still do it. Okay, so favorite concealer of the year. I actually had another drugstore favorite, but I ran out and I actually threw out the bottle, so that kind of sucks. But it was the L'Oreal Infallible Concealer. It's a really, really good concealer, full coverage. It kind of acts just like the Tarte Shape Tape and the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. Same kind of tones, texture, and thickness as well, and it really gives you nice coverage. But like I said, I ran out of it, so I'm using my other favorite, and the shade I used in the L'Oreal Infallible Concealer was the shade Cashew. That's my go-to shade, but today I'm using my other favorite. It is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in the shade Light Beige. This one, for some reason, this one's I feel like it's a little too bright sometimes, so I don't usually reach for it like I do with the Maybelline one, because that's really my go-to. But it's not really too bright. It's just sometimes I feel like for when I'm doing like a more natural look, it's a little bit too bright. So yeah. And then my favorite, you know, sponge or tool to blend out my highlight has been this sponge. Any of the Sonia Kashuk beauty sponges are so amazing. That's what this one is. And you can get them at Target for like $8, or you can get like this multi-pack that has smaller ones and big ones and different kind of shapes. For like $14, so you get like 5 of them, I think, and I did get those. And I really recommend these. They're so good. You do not need to spend $20 on a beauty blender, which I do have some beauty blenders, but I have not touched them since I got this, so that should tell you something. And I use this one dry too, which is even better because I don't really like, sometimes when I wet it, it's a little bit too big, and this one I can use dry and it just works perfectly. Okay, and now a favorite highlighter. This has been my favorite highlighter. I pretty much wear it every single day ever since I got it. It's the most amazing shade, and I love how it just kind of looks really glowy from within instead of, I mean, it's blinding, don't get me wrong, but it is just more natural looking kind of glow. Oh, it's just so beautiful. I saw it whenever some of the makeup artists that I follow started using it, and then it went on sale during Ulta's beauty steals or something like that, which I think it's on sale at Sephora too right now. And it is the BECCA Cosmetics Shimmering Skin Perfector Liquid in the shade Champagne Pop, specifically Champagne Pop. This thing is amazing. Definitely recommend everyone getting it. It's so easy to use, and I always apply this before I put down any powder just because it is a liquid. Only really need a little bit. I use like half a pump for like both sides, and I'm just taking this brush and I just start patting it on. I don't swirl it around because I don't want to move any of my foundation or contour or anything like that. But you just see that glow, and it's not too gold or, you know, any kind of color. It's just a really nice natural looking shade, which is really beautiful. I can't get over how pretty this is. I'm right here, and then the tip of my nose. I'm feeling it. But yeah, that's it. Okay, and now I'm going to set everything, my highlight, and I'm going to be using the Dermablend Professional Loose Setting Powder. This is probably my go-to all-time favorite setting powder. It's just really good at brightening without looking super white at the end. And it just really helps keep me matte as well, because I've tried other ones. They don't really keep my makeup looking super matte, the longevity of it, and this one lasts a lot longer. The other translucent powder that I really use, and I really used throughout 2019, is also the Ben Nye translucent powder in the shade Fair Pink, I believe. And it just has a pink undertone, which kind of helps avoid any flashback that you might get if you're taking any photos with flash photography, anything like that. So that one's also a really good one. Very great price point, but I really love the Dermablend as well. And then I like to put it on my lid too, just to set that. I'm kind of messy with this because I set my contour afterwards, so it doesn't really bother me where all I put at. And then around my chin area, because it does get pretty oily, I like to really just pat it in. So it really stays matte and stays put. Okay, so moving on to the eyes, I'd have to say that my favorite, well, I'll do my contour afterwards, but my favorite palette of the year was definitely the Morphe Brushes 35G Bronze Gold palette. Looks like this. And just the shades are just everything I could want for everyday look, or even, you know, darken it up, deepen it up, make a nice, really pretty smoky eye. And I just loved it. I constantly used it. I think I've created so many different makeup videos using this palette. I know it was limited edition. I think maybe they have it again on the Morphe website, but I'm not too sure. Another really great one that kind of compares has similar colors and everything would probably be the 3502 palette, I believe. If not, I'll link down another similar. I know there's probably something similar in my collection as well, but this is my favorite palette. I just love it so much. And that's what I'm going to be using just to create a really easy, simple look that I've been doing basically all year. So I'm taking the shade Sandy and using a nice fluffy blending brush and putting that all over my lid. It's just a nice light peachy tan color. Taking another blending brush, and I'm going to go in with the shade PF, which is a deeper, not too deep, like tan brown, really nice warm tone. Taking that just in the outer corner, just a little bit. I'm not going to do anything too deep or anything, just giving a little bit of dimension. I think of another palette that I really, really love that's not, you know, limited edition. And then I've really been into glitter or that wet look on the eyes just because I feel like it goes with pretty much any outfit that you're wearing, any kind of occasion. And I've used this so many times. I'm sure you guys know which one I'm going to be talking about, and I'm going to be putting it on my lids. It's the Hourglass Scattered Light Glitter Eyeshadow in the shade Reflect. So this is my all-time favorite, you know, glitter, shadow topper, whatever you want to call it. It's been on repeat almost every day. It's just a really pretty, like, pinky goldish champagne color, but not too gold. It's very neutral in my opinion. And it just gives you that nice subtle wet look, perfect for an everyday, or if you do a smoky eye and just kind of put this in the center of your lid and give it some dimension. That's really, really pretty as well. Yeah, I always apply it with my finger. It's kind of the best way to do it. It's just very subtle. Another one I really love is the Marc Jacobs Sequin Gleam or Sequin Glitter Eyeshadow, but that one was limited edition because it was in Gleam Girl. They need to bring it back because that's such a nice shade. It's like a nice champagne color as well. Okay, so I'm also going back into the palette, and I'm going to be using the shade Equator and Burnt, mixing the two shades. It's a really dark brownish gray kind of tone, and I'm just taking an angled brush and just using it to create the very softest, smallest little wing, just to kind of give a nice little flick there. And this is something I've really loved doing the past year. And really kind of just helping define my lashes a little bit without being so dark as to use like a black. I think this is a really good alternative if you don't really like black. Just a really nice dark brown with some gray tones. You're good to go. And I don't take it all the way in either, kind of creating a nice little like cat eye shape. Really like flicking it out at all, just like that. Just a little something something. We're just gonna finish that up with some mascara, and I'm using the Damn Girl mascara from Too Faced. It's a really nice volumizing mascara that kind of creates almost like a little chunky effect, but not too chunky. Just really gives you nice volume. I don't think it gives you too much length, but it's a really good mascara that I've really been loving. The other one that I love, probably my all-time favorite, but I ran out, so that's why I'm not using it, is the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara. I think that's a lot of people's favorites. It just kind of gives you everything you need, and it's just a really, really great mascara. All right, so my favorite contour product, my powder contour product of the year was the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer in the shade Nude Bronze Light. It just gives you the barest hint of color, and since I do like to cream contour, that's all I need. I don't need something that's super heavy or pigmented because I don't need to add extra pigment. And even on, like, say I'm not going to be using any cream contour and I want a like more natural, less makeup look, I can just use this and it does give me the nicest, just most natural bronzing contour shade, and you can really build it up if you do want to deepen it up a little bit, but I think you can never really build it up and go overboard too much with this one. So I just use that to just set everything. I've had this maybe for a year already, and I'm not close to getting anywhere near the pan, so that's even better. So for my cheeks, I've been using these nonstop. You've seen me use them in my Instagram tutorials, on my YouTube channel all the time. It's the Nudies in Bloom, or Nudestix Nudies Bloom all over dewy color in the shade Cherry Blossom Babe, and I also love the peach, sweet peach color. So I use those two interchangeably almost every single day, and it's just the prettiest pink and peach colors that you could ever want. And then it gives you a nice glow because it is more dewy, but I find that even though I have oily skin, it doesn't make me look oily or overdo it for my skin, which is even better because this hair, because sometimes I feel like, you know, since I have oily skin, and anyone who does have oily skin feels like maybe they can't use these cream products as much because they're naturally a little bit more oily looking, a little bit more greasy looking, but this one just looks very glowy, very natural, and it doesn't make me feel or look any like greasy. So this I haven't been using all year, but I really, really love it. I think it's my favorite definitely of the year, and it's the KKW Beauty lip liner in the shade 1.5. I think it's just, for my skin tone, the perfect nude tan color that also gives you a little bit of definition. So I have a lot of lip favorites, a lot of nude favorites. The KKW Beauty lipsticks, the 1.5 and 2.5 are some of my favorite nude lipsticks, but my all-time favorite that I really use throughout the year is the Hourglass lip stylo in the shade Believer, and it's just the nicest nude everyday kind of color. You just can't go wrong with it. It's so nice, and I have a few other ones from Hourglass too that are super pretty, but this is like my go-to everyday kind of color that I really loved. So yeah, that's my favorite. And last but not least, my favorite setting spray is definitely the MAC Fix Plus setting spray. This is the original one, it's a little mini. I also really love the Morphe setting spray. That one just smells so good, and it's such a good spray too, and it's definitely a little bit more affordable, or maybe it's around the same price point, but that one's really, really good. But yeah, those are my 2019 favorites. Okay guys, so that, oh wait, nope, rewind. So I didn't talk about my brows because I already had them done, but my favorite products probably was the Precisely My Brow Pencil from Benefit Cosmetics. I don't know if that was my favorite last year, but it hasn't changed. That's what I use pretty much every single day. And if I don't use that one, if I kind of fill it in using Hairlight Strokes, I use the Benefit Cosmetics Foolproof Brow Powder in the shade number 3 in the pencil as well. And then one of the all-time outstanding products of this year was using clear glycerin soap, which you can get from Amazon or wherever, and you just get a spoolie, rub it, and run it through or brush it through your eyebrows, and it gives you that nice natural bushy effect that kind of makes your eyebrows look a little bit bigger too. So that is definitely one of the favorite things that I learned and did last year. You don't have to go get the what is it called? There's a brow product that's basically soap in a can. I don't remember what it's called. I'll put the name somewhere right here. But that one's like $20 something. You don't need to get that. Just go get clear Amazon or clear glycerin soap, and that's all you really need. It's the same exact thing, but that's definitely one of my favorite products of last year. And yeah, that wraps up my 2019 makeup favorites. I hope you guys loved this video. Let me know what your favorites were of last year, what you're loving right now. I definitely love to try everything out and see what everyone else is loving. So yeah, everything I used, all my favorites, I will list down below. Remember, hit like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.